Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today is yet another initial impressions review. Apparently I can't speak. Today, of course, by the title, we are covering Hunters Guild Red Hood, a very new Shonen Jump series that sadly got canceled, but Viz decided to print it anyway. It's going to be like a limited 3-volume run. And yeah, I have quite a few thoughts. This, again, my initial impressions reviews aren't always the longest. This is probably, again, going to be a shorter video. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about this just based on this first volume. Yeah, let's get right into it. So what is Hunters Guild Red Hood? I'm going to give you guys a basic synopsis. The story follows our main character, Velo, or Velau, I don't know how to pronounce it, or Velu, I don't know. He lives in like a hamlet, which is like a small town, that is constantly threatened by werewolves that eat livestock and humans. I think they eat livestock, but I know humans are like their main course. Anyway, plenty of people are going missing, so the town mayor hires a member of this guild called the Hunters Guild Red Hood, or Red Hood was like the leader, I guess, who's supposed to be based on like Little Red Riding Hood. So I guess a lot of the members of this guild follow suit and wear like the red hood, as we see with the secondary character, Grim, who is the hunter dispatched to come help the town get rid of these werewolves. I'm not going to spoil a whole lot here, but let's just say some things go wrong. And as they're trying to get rid of these werewolves, let's just say our main character didn't want to leave the town. He wanted to stay back and protect it and take up the mantle as mayor someday. Since, he was taken in by these people and the town collectively sort of raised him to be how he is. He's sort of forced to leave now. And he goes and travels with Grim, again, this lady right here, and he's going to go to their like headquarters and become a hunter himself, to avenge somebody and to just better himself and like achieve his own dreams. So that's sort of what this is about, killing werewolves. There's also other supernatural, I say supernatural, but like fairy tale sort of elements. There's like witches and all that. So it's like a big fairy tale, again, based on like Grimm's fables. That's sort of like the character Grimm is named after, and like Little Red Riding Hood, all of that kind of stuff. It's like a culmination of everything, but just with like a really dark twist, and also like a very shonen twist at the same time. So it just makes it really interesting. A few parts about this series, based on this first volume, that I'm really liking is that they're setting up some mystery stuff. Firstly, there's this thing about the special axe that our main character carries that was the mayor's axe. And it's supposed to be like a special werewolf killing axe. I don't know how many times I have to say axe, but I'm going to say it. And it falls into Velu's hands, and Grim sees it and it's like, why do you have that kind of special axe? Like, why is this, advanced weapon being used as just like a wood cutting tool? Like, why do you have that? And Velu doesn't even know, but that just brings up some more mystery around the mayor's character, which we find out at the end of this volume. The mayor, there's something going on there. I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, the mayor is a far more interesting character than we thought. Also, the thing about Grim and her curse, making her appear as a little girl, even though she's an adult woman. There's some mystery surrounding that and her backstory. There's two characters that are introduced, the witch and the big werewolf dude whose name I don't remember. There's, you can tell that there was a lot being set up, but the fact that this is a 3-volume series means that it's probably going to crash and burn. And I've heard that, from start to finish, Red Hood starts off super great because it was going to be an awesome shonen series, But then, like, when you know, everything gets cut short and they have to speed to a finish within 3 volumes, when this was probably going to end up being a 20-something volume series, if it were to have kept going, there's just not enough time, and then all of this stuff, all of your plans get unraveled, and you're just left with crap. But this first volume, you know, was a very strong start and was fantastic. Another thing that I was really liking was the art style and the overall vibe of Hunters Guild Red Hood. The art style, at least in the character designs, are very shonen. The mangaka of the series was Yuki Kawaguchi, was actually the assistant to Horikoshi, the mangaka for My Hero Academia, and it really does show in the character designs. Like, this main character, when I first picked up this volume, this main character, I was like, oh, that's Izuku Midoriya right there. Like, that facial structure and just how it's drawn, like, there is no doubting that this is just My Hero. Like, the characters at least. But with other characters, it does take on a more unique style. This mangaka definitely has their own style, but at least what I've noticed with the 2 main characters is it's definitely very reminiscent of My Hero. Then something about having like these fairy tale, cartoony, sort of bubbly designs and stuff for not only like muskets, which you don't really see often in manga, but also like the towns and stuff, and like the clothing. It's very like fairy tale, you know, but it's sort of contrasted by a very dark and grotesque undertone, especially in the monster designs, which isn't your traditional werewolf. They're basically like shape-shifting demons that like have faces that open up, like if you've ever played Resident Evil, it's almost like the Nemesis. What is it? The you know, like the zombies that get infected by the Nemesis, or like even like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. It's sort of like that, where it's like face opens up. That's what these things do, and they all take different shapes and are able to transform into humans and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a really unique take on a werewolf, but the way that it's drawn is just insane. The art definitely goes crazy in this series, or at least in this first volume, and I'm hesitant to say that I might actually like the art in this more than in My Hero Academia. It might go a little bit harder, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, I love the art in My Hero, don't get me wrong, but this goes crazy. You know, it's kind of odd because the mangaka is the assistant to Horikoshi. You wouldn't think that his art would end up being better, and maybe this is just recency bias. I might have to go back and be corrected. You know, if I see an old panel from My Hero, I'm like, oh, okay, I was wrong. No, that's banging. But yeah, I mean, I just really enjoy this art, the art style, and how these fantasy fairy tale elements are handled. And what I think is most important about this first volume, and what I'm interested to see more of, is the baddies, okay? Grim and Debonair. Bro, this mangaka was smoking that good when making this manga. Like, if we talk about body proportions, okay, that's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Just read Red Hood. I mean, you can look at this, like, dog. And it's not shown on this volume, but the character Debonair, like, okay, I need to chill. If you know, you know. Anyways, that's gonna be about it for my initial impressions. In closing, I guess, I'm really excited to see more of this series. It's just really sad that it got canceled because it had such a great start, you know, and there was a really unique idea here that would have worked really well here in the West. But I just guess it didn't work well in the East, and they didn't really like it as much as I did. This also kind of like makes me a little sad because There's still 2 more volumes of this that are going to be coming out, and I can just see it getting worse and worse. Which, you know, when the first volume was so good, and then you just know that it's going to be bad. But, you know, we'll see how it goes, and I may or may not even cover it when it does finish up. We'll just have to see. It might not even be worth covering, but yeah. This first volume, if we're just talking about this, was very good. I just wish that there was more of it, and it didn't rush to a conclusion within 3 volumes. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the link to my Discord server will be down in the description below. If you guys want to talk about this, talk about other anime and manga type of stuff, feel free. Also, the comment section is a great place to get to me. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.